Hey guys, you're here with me, Jen the Taxidermy Witch, and we are doing some spells today with scraps from the kitchen. Do you remember yesterday when we had witchcraft in the kitchen? We made my coconut, passion fruit, and grape yogurt. So we had scraps left over from that, didn't we? We had passion fruit skins that we dried in the dehydrator overnight last night, okay? We had coconut shells from the young Thai coconuts. And we had grapevines from the grapes, okay? Otherwise known as grape wood, okay? Well, obviously they're grapevines, but you can also look up the properties under grape wood. So, as we're doing the video today, you guys, the difference is you're going to be seeing me do the whole thing, like from start to finish, my herb cabinet, all of it. We're doing it all here right now together. The first spell that we're going to be doing is a garden protection spell, okay? I've done up a video on the properties of coconuts. We know that they're very protective. We also know that they're very nourishing when we eat them. But we're talking not from this book when we're doing spells, because that's a book for when you eat it. We're talking from Scott Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs. So, since we're trying to make this a quick video, you're not going to see me put a bunch of herbs. You're going to see me actually fumble through my herb cabinet while we're doing this spell. So, grapevines are excellent for protection. They're excellent for fertility. And I was just talking to one of my best girlfriends this morning, the Holly Witch, and I said, what do you use grapevines for? And she told me, because she's been practicing since she was 13 or younger. Like, that to me is amazing. So I look up to her a lot. She's just had so much experience in it. So I said, what do you use grapevines for? And she said, you know, they're great for fertility, they're great for protection, etc. However, if you, they were known to protect the garden. An old witch's tale is that they've always been used to protect the garden. They were either planted around the garden, but I thought, well, let's just put them in this coconut shell and put them in here with some other protective and fertility herbs, because I want my garden to come back next year fertile, and I want to protect it, okay? So, now, I thought, okay, I did not save the top of the coconut. Oh no, darn, what am I going to do? Because normally, like, I might melt wax over it or bind it together with some knot magic. And I know exactly why I threw them away and I couldn't even find them when I went through the compost, was because this is something that would normally come up, especially when you're doing remnants from the kitchen, okay? So, what I'm saying is it would come up in a normal situation, and that's why I meant to show you on the video and have a panic this morning, like, I can't do the video without it. Yes, of course you can, Jennifer. I thought, how am I going to seal it up? I thought, tape. I don't want to put duct tape in the earth, and I don't want to put it around my completely natural spell. So instead, I found an old t-shirt. I'm going to be cutting that up to bind and use knot magic to tie all of the herbs into the coconut that, as you can see, has no lid, okay? I also want to say something as well. I'm going to be eating the yogurt that I made with these very things I'm putting into it. The grapes that are in here came off this vine. The coconut that's in here came out of this coconut. And the passion fruits that are in here came out of this skin. So I'm going to be eating this and amping up the spell, okay? If that makes sense. So we made this beautiful coconut yogurt together. It was my first episode of Witchcraft in the Kitchen. And there's what a delicious bite looks like. I'll link the video. That is so good. It's just 3 ingredients: young Thai coconut, fresh crunchy grapes, and passion fruit. And passion fruits are expensive, but even if you just have them for the skins, they're so great in magics. Another thing I have them in is my passion oil. You can see the skins floating right in there. And they're so cool and so great. So, if you're eating it, especially the very food that came off these very vines or out of this very coconut, I feel like that amps up the whole spell completely. If you didn't have an old t-shirt that you wanted to cut up to bind it, you could use beautiful ribbons and you could add in color magic. I have a whole series on my videos of color magic. You could also use any kind of like hemp or twine or leather scraps or wire or stretchy cord. You could use any of these things here. Get creative with it, you guys. You can use anything as long as it works and it feels like it's magically something that is happening for you, okay? So I'm going to take all the things off the table that I'm not going to need just so that we can like declutter a bit. Yesterday when I was doing my dread video and I was getting my hair ready, a piece came off of the end. It happened for a reason. I'm keeping it. I'm going to put it in the spell. I'll also be putting, so I'm putting hair from the 2 gardeners in here. Me and my husband. How do you get hair from somebody's head if you don't pull it out? Well, one man's trash is his wife witch's treasure, yeah? But he knows I use it. He's a subscriber to the channel. He knows. But yes, getting a piece of that person's DNA in there like hair is perfect. So when it's in this coconut shell is going to know, and I'm just going to put it in now. I'm putting in a dread, so this doesn't have any of like my hair tags on it or anything, and it's had hair color on it. So I'm putting it in there just because it's been with me for like a huge chunk of my life, and I feel like it has loads of emotions attached to it, and life experience and all of that. And then I'm also going to pull a fresh hair from my head, because that will actually have DNA and skin tags on it. Yep, there's a skin tag in there. Okay, and that's when something comes right out of the top of your head. This dread that's here, it came off of the end piece. So I'm putting a little bit of all that longness of my life in there, and then putting a bit of my DNA in there. Little brush cleaning. So the brush doesn't belong to the person with dreads in the family. It belongs to the 2 other people, my daughter and my husband. And all of us are gardeners here. So that's all going to go into there. Okay. And then I want there to be passion. There's passion in this house. There's passion in the garden. And passion doesn't have to be a sexual thing. Passion is just passion. Okay. So the passion fruit skin I am feeling is this one. And the video after this will be a separate spell on a passion fruit, not magic, for love, okay? So I'm putting some passion fruit right into there. I love, like, the dried stems. They're so witchy and naughty and witty looking. And it also looks kind of like a brain in there a little bit, which might be good for, like, knowledge. I don't know. I tried to look it up in the books, but I couldn't find anything on that. You guys let me know if you know. And as you're putting all these things in here, it's good to sit down with them and hold your intention. I have an altar candle burning here. Burn a candle. It brings in that whole like energy, spirit energy right into your workings, okay? So I don't have the editing fast forward button and all of that, but you're just going to want to over each ingredient sit with it and think, this hair from Alex's head is putting in all this love and fertility for our next year's garden. This hair from my head, I'm putting all of my life experiences for this last, 2.5 years since it's been a part of me, and now it's a part of this spell. In this passion fruit, it opened up my mind for passion and my senses for taste, and that is so beautiful. And thank you, coconut, for giving me all of the ingredients and the inspiration for this very spell. And remember all the different properties of those different things, okay? So, this is for binding for later. Little taxidermy there. So let's now talk about Scott Cunningham's Encyclopedia for Magical Herbs and how we use it. Basically, oh, before I forget, because I will. I have to say thank you, because Witchcraft in the Kitchen is such a cool new addition to my channel, and I'm thanking you, Yaya Centella from YouTube, because you inspired me, because I was like, everybody says my cooking's okay, maybe I should do some videos, and you totally inspired me to do one every week. I had a really good response from it. Thank you, everybody. Oh, and also, Yaya Centella, I love your Eye of Ra profile picture. It's so cool. Alright, so thank you for the inspiration. We all, like, help each other out and make each other, like, such a great part of each other's lives and family and inspiration to one another. Before I forget, also, the grapevine or the grape wood, I also read that it's great to burn in your cauldron, but I couldn't find any more information, but I'm guessing it would be for protection or for fertility. Okay, so we go into our Scott Cunningham Encyclopedia for Magical Herbs, and we go to the back because there's a couple different indexes. And you can go to the back, and then it will say magical properties of herbs, and then you just look up all the herbs for protection and fertility, and then you go over to your herb cabinet, and you find which ones you've got. Or your kitchen, you know, like just start running around your house looking for stuff. So, this will be easy. So right in the beginning of the book, it says magical intentions, and then it says like all these different categories. So, for protection, there's a jillion for protection. So I'm not going to read off all of them because I've done that in another video. But I will read off the ones that I have, okay? And we'll highlight them. So we've got aloe, but I don't have it in the room, it's outside. So we skip that. I ran out of angelica. Anise, we have that. We have ash. We have bamboo, but I don't know where exactly it is, so we gotta skip that. We have bay. We have... We're limited to what's actually just in this room, and then I know where it is, because I don't want to fumble on camera. That would be embarrassing. I think we have caraway. We have... Nope, that's in the kitchen. Cinnamon. Coconut, right here. Black cohosh. Curry, cumin. Dill. Flax. I'm not putting frankincense in. I'll do it. Frankincense. Just had that. I don't even know where it is. Garlic's in the kitchen. Can't do that one. So there's just loads. I would run out of my breath if I was going to go through them and say them all and then try and do this video. I would literally probably fall over. Lavender. And some of these will double up as well. Mandrake. Mandrake's good to put in to amp up absolutely any spell. And sage for sure. Okay, so that's enough. I haven't even gone through them all, but that's just going to be enough because that's already a lot. And I might not even put all of those in. And so now let's go to, what were we doing? Fertility was the other one. So that we have a beautifully fertile garden for next year. Fertility. Here we go. To increase fertility. A lot of these are in the kitchen. Grape. Mandrake. pine. Where's my coffee? Okay, that'll be enough because it's just going to be. So let's get started. The ones for fertility we've got on the list that I had right here in this room: grape, mandrake, and pine. And the ones for protection that I had right here in this room are star anise, ash, bay, caraway, cinnamon, coconut, black cohosh, curry, cumin, dill, flax, frankincense, lavender, mandrake, and sage. The only double up I think on that was mandrake. So let's get to it. You're going to watch me try and go crazy and find all these herbs. Also, you can write out a petition to put inside of here and say what you want, but say it as the law of attraction. This coconut has kept my garden safe, and in 2019 it will be the most fertile year so far. Okay, you could write out a petition. You could use color magic by the color you choose to write in there. Red would be great for fertility, I believe. And then you would just tuck it in there. Maybe you'll bind it up with some pretty ribbon and put it inside. Okay, I'm not going to do a petition in mine. I'm going to sit with a lot of intention at the very end because I'm not able to do it in between. Okay, so I'll sit down for like a spell at the end and spell it up. Alright, so what are we looking for? We're looking for grape. We've got the grapevine in there. Mandrake. Thank you, William. Mandrake you never want to touch with your hands, you guys. And a little bit goes a long way. This is just happens to be, I got a humongous quantity. If anybody knows what it wants to know where I get my mandrake, let me know in the comments. I'll let you know. And pine. Oh, it's going to be way back there, I think. Oh, it's right there. Great. Pine, cinnamon. So we're after the pine. And this pine came from this house. So I'm asking the pine from this house. Oh, I wish you could smell it. It smells like Christmas in a jar, you guys. Oh my god. Another reason to have glass jars, it keeps the smell so fresh. I like this chunk. This chunk wants to live in there. And so that's it. Mandrake, grape, and pine. Those were the fertility to increase things I put in. Okay. So now we're off to all of the ones. Oh, and don't forget we can use Scrabble tiles. So if you want to write your intention out in Scrabble tiles and put it around your coconut while you're like doing up your spell, you could do that too. I suggest it because it helps you focus when you're seeing the actual words that you're, it's a visual and a mental at that point. If you're a visual learner, then that would really be helpful for you. And I say that off of personal experience. So ash, I saved my ash from my, oh look, it's right here. From after I burn on a coal disc. And this is frankincense, okay? So that's why I'm going to be putting this one. I just recently burned for protection in my room directly into this coconut. But if you save your ash, you could just use the ash from there. Do not use barbecue or fireplace ash unless it was burned for protection. It's just a long story, but check out my video on ash, barbecue ash, and different qualities of ash. I'll try and link it if I remember, you guys. I'm trying to remember. But it will talk about why you might not want to use ash that's burned meats and has burned food that had a spirit at one time into this for protection, because the spirit of the animal can get in there and it can be muddled. I'm not kidding. Look into it. So save your ash. Your ash from incense works great as well. This is ash you can save because incense we burn to like kind of purify the space, make it smell good, make it lovely. So we're just adding that right in there as well. What have we got next on the list? Anise, bay, and caraway. Okay. Anise. Call out to them if you can't find them. Caraway. Can you guys see me? Caraway. Oh, there's the star anise. Thank you. And say thank you out loud. Sometimes I say, guides, show me where my... Okay, this is a funny story I have to throw in. Sometimes I'll just say out loud, guides, show me where blah, blah, blah is. Okay, last week I lost this jar of cinnamon for like 3 days, and it's my whole cinnamon sticks that I've had in like so many full moons. I feel so close to it. I know I haven't talked about my closeness with the cinnamon a lot. I talk about it with my dragon's blood, my frankincense, my mandrake root, all that. But you don't know how much you love something or how much you use it until you lose it. And I lost this for 4 or 5 days, and I was like a mental case. And I didn't want to go get new cinnamon. Like, I needed this cinnamon that I put so much intention into. So, thank you for showing yourself again. It was hiding in the silliest spot, but here's the thing. I always keep it on my herb shelf, and it was down here behind my full moon water. It was the Fae. I think they were playing a little trick on me. But anyway, just ask what cinnamon stick wants to be with you this time. Which one needs to help us? This is the one that I grabbed. You can blow through a cinnamon stick. I love this. People use them to quit smoking because you can like suck on them and it tastes nice. The taste of cinnamon. But you can blow through them. Blow all of your witchy intent onto these ingredients. Save your stick to go until the very end, especially because there's mandrake root in here, which is poisonous. Don't let it touch that and then touch it to your mouth. Bad news. Save this out into the side until the very end, and at the end, blow your intention, because when we breathe in oxygen, when it comes out, it's carbon dioxide, right? So there's a change and a magic that happens right there in us. Think of what you have and then blow out what you want. Fertility from my garden next year. Protection of my garden this winter. You know, I just love that. I love that. It's your bit from the Taxidermy Witch. I don't know. Has anybody else said it before? I know I didn't take it from anybody else. Okay, star anise. So yeah, cinnamon, thank you for coming home. I realized how much I love you. This very jar and what's inside of it. It's crazy how attached you get to these things. I want to pick 3 of the most beautiful, if I have 3 full ones. I'm always saying I want only the whole ones, and then I end up with none that are full when I need them. Also because there's 3 of us here. Alex, my daughter, and myself. And it is smelling so good. And when you're opening up these jars, it holds in the smell like it was that very day. It's so cool. Of course, you don't need cinnamon stick. You could use regular cinnamon powder. What else do we need? And you know, you could be done at just one of each herb. You could be done at using the coconut for protection and the grape for fertility and the, and that's it. Like, it would have been fine with the coconut and grape. We're just amping it up with some more protective herbs. So here's some caraway seed. Oh, that smells good. To me, it smells like lovely rye bread. And whatever ends up on your floor, just make it a floor sweep, you know? That will cleanse and purify my floor, make my floor and the area it touches fertile and happy, make it protected, right? I wouldn't suggest spilling hexing sand on your bedroom floor and pushing it about, or onion skins. Remember we learned onion skins are such bad luck for a witch to put on the floor? Check out my onion video. Okay, bay. Cumin and curry. Bay, cumin, and curry. It's gonna smell like your abuela's pork at the end, but it's, they've all got their properties. Cumin. So you could use cumin like the powder form, like for cooking, or you could use cumin seeds. And since I'm doing a garden and I don't particularly want my bedroom to smell like abuela's pork, I'm just going to use the cumin seeds. Plus, when we're talking fertility, seeds are always more of a way to make something more fertility, more fertile. What else we got? Oh, bay. I keep forgetting to grab the bay, and I know lavender is on the list. Bay! I have dried bay in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Bay laurel. Lavender or lavendin. I don't want to forget to tell you guys about my shirt. I've worn it for 2 videos now. I keep trying to tell you. Okay, Alex and I thrift for each other, and we go to charity shops, and we're like, look what I found you. Okay, this has been like one of the coolest things probably he's ever found me. It was huge though, so I had to tie a knot in the back of it. It is a Russian doll with a sickle on top of a chicken. And it totally feels magical, witchy, and like a little gnome Russian doll on like, because I picture the chicken being normal sized chicken, which would be like this big, so the Russian, like, this would be real size, you know? Oh my gosh, I just love it. Alex, best find ever, my love. Okay, back to the spell. Bay laurel, we've got the lavender in there. And these jars aren't glass, they're ceramic. They're cool too. I've got an overflow of bay, so I'm going to put 7 pieces in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, more herbs. What have we got? Dill, flax, frankincense, okay. Oh, and white eggshells of the happy variety. Not white eggshells, because those eggs have been treated really bad lots of the time, but the brown eggshells, or if you have your own eggs, those eggshells would be the best. Chickens raised by regular people are the happiest chickens. Like, you need eggs from those kinds of chickens. This chicken doesn't look too happy, though. I've got loads of videos on eggshells, brown versus white, the properties, and why you might not want to use certain ones. Again, it's kind of like back on that talk about the barbecue and the ashes, what spirit has been attached to that egg. And these are just beautiful. Okay. Ah! Cinnamon stick! Runaway cinnamon stick! Alright. So that wasn't in Scotty's book. I'm just throwing it in there because I feel it and I know it. And I'm going to eat some more of this while we're doing it because I was telling you that will just completely magically amp up the spell. We're right at the end of the video. So basically, I'm going to tie this up with a t-shirt I'm going to cut strips out of that t-shirt, tie it up, and bury it. You could use tape, but I wouldn't suggest it because it's not a natural substance, okay? Cotton, more or less is. Have a great day, you guys. Let me know if you do the spell. Blow on it at the end.